Happy Saturn's Day. How's it going? I hope you had a delightful week. And now we're going to see what messages are coming through about what lessons should we have been learning this week, because Saturn's all about lessons. A little bit of tough love. I know we don't always want tough love, but guess what? Sometimes we need it. Because sometimes that's the only way those lessons are going to get through to us. If you're anything like me, you're a lot a bit stubborn, and yeah, tough love is the only way to get through. So that said, we're going to jump right into it, all right? I think it's safe to say we've all been a little bit burnt out lately. That's why the Ace of Wands is in reverse. The world is a dumpster fire, and there's kindling all around that is catching fire too, right? I know. Again, the Empress is in reverse because there's just a lot of lack mentality, that woe is me, I'm the victim. You probably are in many aspects, but are you going to let that be your entire personality? Or are you going to take the bull by the horns and say, no, this is my life, and I'm going to use those lessons, because they were lessons that life has been teaching me, and allow them to propel me forward into a better future for myself and my loved ones, those around me. I'm going to take those lessons and hone them in and actually make something of them and make something of myself in exchange. Again, stagnant energy, lack mentality, no inspiration. We've got to get out of this victim mentality, guys. Yes, a lot of really nasty things have happened in your life, but they happened for you, not to you. These were tower moments from the universe that were lighting the fire under your butt to get you moving, okay? Because you knew that you were supposed to be propelling yourself forward somehow, some way, right? But you weren't doing it. There were a number of reasons. Life, pick one, it doesn't really matter. But now it's time to get serious. And instead of moving backwards or standing still, you need to move yourself forward, folks. You're just sitting on this beautiful plethora of resources. Maybe you have more time than the person you're sitting next to, and you're not using that time as wisely as you could. You could be studying and honing in on either a new skill or an existing skill so that you can really master your craft. Maybe you don't have as much time, but you have a little extra cash that you could be giving over to some type of a charity. And if you don't necessarily want to help out humans, I get it. A lot of humans are garbage. Maybe your local animal shelter, they could always use the extra funds. Always. There's something that you have an abundance of, believe it or not, that you should be using to help others around you. We're in a perfect moment in time, in this reality, where we're 3 years post-COVID. What have you learned? How have you grown in 3 years' time? That's your journal prompt for the day. I want you to sit down and really think about it. How have I grown in the past 3 years? What have I learned? What have I experienced? How has that helped me to become who I am now? Only you can answer that question. And that's where the Three of Wands comes in. It's time for you to go on a journey, a little side quest, if you will. Figure that out. Who have I become in the past 3 years? What have I learned? And how am I going to share that with the rest of the world? That's going to be what propels you forward. That's going to get you out of that stagnant energy. And that's why the Lovers is coming in. Because you're going to meet some amazing people on this quest. You're going to meet a lot of fantastic resources, fantastic allies, people that you would never have imagined. I'm willing to bet, yeah, I'm going to say it, that you meet some people from high school, middle school maybe, that you would have never have dreamt of befriending. And they're going to be just that, really great allies and friends. People that you could call in a moment's notice and be like, hey, I need some help. And they're just going to drop everything that they're doing and they're going to come running and they're going to say, all right, I'm here. What do you need? But you've got to get out of that stagnant, lack, hoarding mentality. The card came out like this. It was on its side. So there's a lot of indifference right now. And believe it or not, the opposite of love isn't hatred. It's fear and indifference. So get out of that fear-mongering mindset that society has really been instilling in all of us. Share the wealth of love and passion and knowledge that you have. It's going to bring with it celebration, abundance, and love. There are going to be a lot of people that are going to hate on you for it, just because they can. They're going to be the protagonist of your story. And let's be honest, without a protagonist, it's not a very interesting story. I'm not going to read it. You probably won't either. Let them scream and yell. Let them tucker themselves out. Then you can readdress the situation, like the adult that you are. You're not going to rule with an iron fist, though. You're going to rule with an open heart, a very empathetic one at that. And that is going to be the right thing to do. It's going to close a lot of old cycles, gaping wounds that you've been living your entire life with. And it's going to open up a beautiful new chapter that is full of that love and abundance and happily ever after. You did that, by the way. This beautiful new world that we're going into, 3 years post-COVID, it's bringing with it beauty, love, and abundance. It's forcing us to reevaluate where we're at in the world today and what we want to be doing moving forward. Instead of moving backwards, instead of being stagnant, move forward. Do it with love and an open heart, because it's going to bring with it incredible people that are going to help you out.